What is going on, brothers and sisters? Eric Rosen here, your internal strength coach, here to show you how to overcome your greatest challenges so you can shine your brightest light. It is Monday, December 10th, 2018. Thanks for being here today. Going to take a break from the tarot, at least for a little bit. Plan going forward for the next couple of weeks is to actually do a series that's specifically focused on your health, health and fitness. So it's that time of the year where there's a lot of holiday celebrations obviously going on. So there's going to be a lot of holiday eating, which of course holiday eating is not synonymous with healthy eating or fitness. So, it's not only a way to keep you guys aware, of your food choices, but also to hopefully get you a little fired up for 2019, for getting you fired up for, tackling this new you, this diet, this exercise plan, whatever it is that you want to have. So before I get into today's topic, wanted to drop the announcement here first before I actually go more public with it, so the people that watch these videos can have first opportunity. From now until, I'm going to say January 7th, okay, of 2019, in honor of like New Year's celebrations, New Year's resolutions, I should say, I'm going to be giving 25% off my standard personal training packages, okay? Normally, I just offer them at my standard rate, but, there's going to be people that obviously maybe want to go to the gym, but maybe they're concerned, and maybe that's you, about the financial aspect of it. So want to give everybody an opportunity to get in the gym with me and see what I can do for you. So without further ado, today's topic is actually an interesting one. I chose closet eating. So what is a closet eater? Yeah, this is a fun topic to start off with, right? So a closet eater is basically just somebody that does not want to be seen eating bad foods. And it's usually gorging themselves with bad foods, like eating a lot of bad food, like almost in a fashion that would be embarrassing if it were done in public. Like it would actually draw attention to see someone like surrounded with like peanut butter and Oreos and hot wings, and and maybe it's not even just that, maybe it's the jar of peanut butter that's like hiding in an odd space like beside your bed. That's going to be a sign of a closet eater. If you've got food stashed in places that's like not your desk at work, or your vehicle, or obviously your kitchen, if it's stashed in like weird places where you have like really readily access to it, that could be a sign. But more often than not, when you can tell that someone's a closet eater is, or know if you are one, is if you appear to eat modestly, or at least eat healthy, or combination of eating healthy and modest at meal times with other people, or even just at meal times alone, but then you find yourself eating like a ton of like ridiculous high fat, high sugar, processed junk food when other people aren't around, that is definitely a sign of a closet eater. So what causes this? What causes someone to actually go into this deceptive practice of wanting to hide what they're eating? Why not just do it? Well, only you really know what the answer is for you on why it started, but here's some possibilities. So it could be that someone at some point in time judged your weight. There was some type of judgment that was made against you, or you felt there was some type of judgment where you felt that your weight was actually an issue. So you come up with this like weird, form of logic where you actually think that maybe people can actually not judge you because they see that you're not eating bad. You're just having trouble losing weight. It's just an issue for you. So, maybe they're going to take less exception to what you're doing because they don't actually see how you got to that weight. You could pass it off as, yeah, I've got a problem with my thyroid. I just really have trouble losing weight. That becomes like way more innocent than, I do this to myself. I eat like this, and therefore I am this weight. So, judging your weight, judging your eating habit, that could all be a possibility. Another one is societal judgment. Media, obviously visual, media in terms of like visual medias in terms of like videos, TV production especially, but obviously magazines are still very prevalent. Really, just any type of media that is flaunting skinny, and usually skinny combined with like happy looking people. Um, it's basically all ingrained in us at this point that um, being skinny is like highly attractive, which to a degree it is because it shows that you have enough, self love, appreciation for yourself to like want to stay fit. But that's not always what we're talking about here, is basically that it is perceived as not something that you want to be if you're overweight, plain and simple. I mean, the media is going to keep showing us over and over again that the way that you want to be is skinny, and if you're not good enough, flat out. So again, closet eating, a way to, you know, that could be just another reason that you find yourself in this predicament, of closet eating. So diet and exercise fads, that could be another one. Um, the, the health fitness industry especially is like really exploded here in the past few years. So it's everywhere you turn, this diet, this workout, that workout. So with that being more in your face too, if you're someone that's like, you know what, I just don't give a shit. You know, I'm just happy eating the way that I am. I'm just happy, like eating Oreos. If I want to eat Oreos, I don't have a desire to diet or exercise, and I don't desire to like be a skinny person. I'm okay with that. Perhaps that's true, but still there's like a fear of the judgment. People want to fit in, people want to be accepted by others. So you find yourself like actually sneaking in the foods that you're okay with eating, but others you feel aren't okay with eating. Therefore, you're going to eat them when they're not around. So, what's the effect of this? Biggest one is like you've basically created this whole like negative spectrum of just emotion really around food. Fear obviously is the biggest one, fear of people seeing you eating it, fear of getting caught, um, the guilt that comes with it, which guilt is going to attract punishment. Like people that walk around feeling guilty expect like to be punished for it. Like that's what guilt is. Like it's like, I did this wrong, I'm wrong, I deserve what I'm getting. So you could be like, oh, I deserve to hide this because it's not okay for me to eat like this. Contributing to lack of confidence. you know who no one's going to feel confident running around like eating food behind people's backs, like eating food like in bed when no one's around, and then like hiding it in a place where like no one can see it, like if they come over. Like that does not spell confidence, does it? That spells I'm hiding a vulnerability, I'm hiding a weakness here. Like, so just by doing the act of closet eating, it is bringing into reality the fact that you do not feel confident, that you have something like that is a weakness that you need to hide from someone. So, you know, so let's get to the juicy stuff, right? What are the solutions? It's like, someone who's like this, or you are like this, someone who feels really guilty and has fear around this. Well, let me backtrack real quick. I want you to know, like, all the real effect of like having these like negative emotions around the food is like you created like a really fucked up relationship with your food. Food is meant to not only, give you nourishment, but it is meant to be enjoyed. It is meant to give you pleasure. But if you start adding in all these like negative toxic emotions around it, now all of a sudden food becomes like a battle, as opposed to something that was meant to like give you life, give you nourishment, like like there's a beautiful aspect of food. There's a, there's a great feeling of the pleasure that you can get from it. And so now what happens is, you probably got some digestive issues if we're being real, because really you want to be in a positive, relaxed state, where you're receiving your food very well, where you're grateful for it and you're, taking it in and you're assimilating and processing that food really well. If you've got like some just like clenched emotion around it, that is not going to be good for digestion. So, getting back to solutions, um, number one thing is you need to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest and say, like, I am literally hiding this from people. Like, you don't have to label yourself a closet eater, but say, I'm hiding this food from people, and just becoming aware is powerful in itself. Okay. So after you become aware, you can ask yourself, why am I doing this? See, chances are, not chances are, I would say pretty much always, it's just a lot of times the answers are inside you. Like, the answers, they don't exist over here or over there. The answer of like why you're doing this, like if you ask yourself that question, that answer is readily available to you. A lot of times you just have to filter down through all the thoughts running through your mind to understand, get through the chatter, to get to like more of a feeling subconscious aspect, like kind of like letting it come up to you, as opposed to being like, there's got to be an answer. It's got to be here somewhere. And so once you create that awareness and you ask yourself why you're doing it, then you can realize that the reason that you're doing it was actually created out of like some story to begin with. A story like, I eat like this because a person once came up to me and said, hey, why are you eating that? Don't you know that's not healthy for you? See, that's what actually happened, but what could be processed was, oh my God, this person thinks that I'm fat and that I should not eat like this. That person didn't say that. They just asked you, why are you eating like that? It's unhealthy, like stating what they believe. So once you become aware of the story, that's when you can kind of start to take back your power. What I mean by that is that identifying that you're doing something based on a story, you no longer give power to that story, because now you've created this possibility of a choice. You're like, okay, I know I'm a closet eater. I know I do this. I know this is why I do it. So I don't have to be that person anymore, because I'm not that person. I've become conscious of it. So now I can actually make a new choice and say, do I want to, keep eating like this? You could simply just say, you know what? I realize that I'm doing this and I'm going to keep eating this way, but I'm just not going to hide it anymore. Fuck it. Who cares what people think? Just, I'm going to eat this way. And who knows, you might even find that after doing it that way for a little bit, you may not even want to like keep eating like that, because who knows, maybe there's some type of, attraction to, doing that in the first place. I don't know, maybe an attraction to the dangerous aspect of, doing stuff that you're hiding. Everybody hides stuff, it's just, some things are just, I guess healthier than others to hide, but we all have like these hidden aspects. So, or if you say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to eat like this anymore. Now, guess what? You can just simply come up with ways to deal with it. Maybe it's, if you live with, someone else, your family, you say, hey, well, you're in charge of the grocery list, or, you do the grocery shopping. Therefore, you've created less of a possibility of being a closet eater, because now you don't have stuff to stash everywhere. If you want to go secretly get something to eat, guess what? You got to get in the car and go through the drive-through, or I guess it's easier now with delivery services with Uber Eats and stuff like that. So it's not a foolproof plan, but it is a possibility. It is a way to, curb um, the availability of, this junk processed food that's laying around. Maybe you um, just get a gym membership, hire a personal trainer while you're at it, hire me. Um, a lot of times when people um, put the money out for something, they want to get the value out of it. So this is why a lot of times, people don't take advantage of like free opportunities because there's no attachment to value. But a lot of people, you spend money on something, it's like, oh, I have to get my money's worth out of this. Yes, I am going to go to this gym. Yes, I am going to, show up for my sessions with this personal trainer. So, if you want to take it a step further too, and I would highly recommend this. This is like where you really have to draw in some courage, is being honest and letting other people know that you have this issue. Because once you start to tell other people, guess what? There is no hiding anymore. Okay? There is no hiding. There is no guilt from the hiding, because, the jig's up. You let everybody know. So now it's no longer this closet eating aspect, it's above board. And then, the story at least can shift. It doesn't mean that you're necessarily gonna like find the perfect diet and like never eat junk food again, but at least getting out of these toxic waters of like hiding the foods that you eat. I knew a guy that I used to work with. He would show up to meals, and like business meals, like networking meetings, and he would always order something that was never like too like crazy, like a greasy cheeseburger and fries or something like that. And he would take a bite, sit back, fold his arms, chew it, and then like participate in some conversation. It was even almost like the way that he ate was like a facade. It was kind of like, just the act of like crossing his arms seemed like he was protecting something. But, most people, even when they are, talking with people as they eat, they continuously eat. They don't like take a bite of something, then set something down. Like it's fucking time to eat. Like you're hungry. And he was very overweight, like very overweight. And he did have a thyroid issue, but he did tell me it was actually from when he was in college, that he said he wouldn't eat a whole lot throughout the week, and then he said he would binge on the weekends. So, which tells you that he wasn't really like eating a lot in front of other people, but then on the weekend, where he was able to be more in seclusion, if he chose that route, then he could binge. So there's just no way that this guy, for as like heavy as he was, like wasn't going home and like eating like probably like some cookies and donuts. Like I'm not judging. I don't know exactly what he ate, but just the fact that when you did see him eat, the way that he ate, and then like when he was in the office, you would never see him bring his food. Maybe he would bring an apple and eat an apple or something that he would set out on his desk so that you knew it was there. And he just always left to go eat. And I think he actually went home to eat a lot. So guys, I know this is like a real specific topic. This doesn't really apply to everybody, but for the ones that it does, I would really like to see you like heed this advice and just release yourself from that prison of food, because there's a lot of different types of prisons. There's a lot of different types of jail cells for food, and this is just one of them, and they are all just very crippling to how you can feel about one of life's like awesome pleasures, which is enjoying food, whether it's good or bad. I mean, personally, I don't eat bad all the time. I'll eat a little bit of bad something here and there. Sometimes, like right now, I'll go, into things where I don't want to eat any bad food, where I just want to give my body like great, healthy nourishment, and just to balance myself out. And then, maybe it's okay to have a little bit here and there, in moderation, not, I don't go and, get 2 drive-throughs or something and then like bring it home and like set it in front of the TV and stuff like that. I've done Uber Eats before. okay, like as an Uber driver. And man, the way that people behave when I would like deliver them their food, just like they were just like so just standoffish, like kind of like, especially if they were ordering like desserts or stuff like that, they're just like they really did not like it. They enjoy that this aspect of like not having to leave their house to get their food, but just like that interaction of someone like, oh, this person knows that I just had, you know, a bunch of pastries like delivered to my house at 7 o'clock at night, probably dinner time. I say that with a smile only because, you know, it's just like, man, you don't have to hide. If you want to eat bad food, eat bad food. Like whatever it is that you thought that made it not okay to eat that way is total bullshit. It's a story. So find out what that story is for you, and then you can decide where you want to go from there. All right, guys. Thank you. Take care.